All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol NIO, NEO Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to state some things. And the first thing is welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So NEO has had a bullish run for some time now. I mean, if we look at it from months ago to where we're at now, even though there's a lot of turbulence, volatility up and down, this is one of the few EV companies that I have seen actually rise in a healthy, normal, standard manner. And every time it rises is either on good news or great reports on the vehicles or the company itself. And then, obviously the sell-off, profit taking, but it continues to bounce around and hit newer highs. And it's reached these highs up here at $22 and some change. And we're seeing it dip now, which I believe it's profit taking, either uncertainty or fear of the next coming days or whatever's going on with this sector or this company itself. But NEO has been rising. I mean, we have seen this company rise all year long. When you look at it from earlier in the year till now, I mean, it has just been steady growth, and volatility is normal in a company, but every time it levels off, I see it level off for about a month and a half or a month, rises up, levels off, and then it rises up again. And the question is, will it continue to level off in a sideways direction and hit newer highs? Because that's what is going on here. I can see that between the bulls and the bears, there's a lot more bulls and people investing into this company that actually believe in it and are holding through because it's bringing it up to newer highs every time and it's reaching newer levels. The question is, will these levels continue for the future of this company? Now, in the short term, there has been a lot of volatility and it's starting to go down. This is actually the peak right now, up here at $22 and some change. And we're going to zoom in and look at it real close because I want us to really know this number. This is one of the most important numbers right now. 2259 needs to be broken through by the bulls so that this can start to hit newer highs and newer resistance levels and also have a rally and a bullish run to newer levels. So super important number for this stock and this ticker symbol as a whole and for this company. Now, there's been a lot of volatility up and down, as I've been saying. Today it broke resistance, lasted only about 2 hours, quickly dipped, tried to do it again for 30 minutes, another 30-minute frame, and it plunged. I mean, it hit new lows down here, and right now, the lowest point is right now what's going on in post-market. So this could actually continue to hit newer lows. Honestly, the lowest point that it had reached, 260, way down here, and this was the support level that was being formed, was earlier this afternoon, and it's quickly fallen towards it, and it's about to probably even break through it and create a new support level. So super important number right now where it's at post-market, and we just saw it readjust, and it's actually kind of hanging out there sideways. So super important number. The highest point that it reached in this candlestick is 268, and the lowest is 260, and it's just kind of hanging out there. So super important. That's our support level right now. Our resistance level, interesting enough, which is the most important number right now, which I had stated yesterday, super important because it actually needed to get broken through. It did. It fell. It broke through it again, and now it leveled off at it. And from that point forward, it has fallen. That's how important this resistance level was from yesterday to today. I mean, I had stated it. It needed to be broken through, turn into support, and work its way up in this direction. Obviously, the bulls weren't able to. There was the volatility, and here we are, and that's our most important resistance level. It wasn't able to be broken through today, and again, the next coming days, and specifically tomorrow, this is our resistance level. It's the highest point before this dip. So that's something to keep in mind. Very interesting enough, it's still our resistance level. So I'm not going to really move that to another location. There is no other location to move it to. It's the same number from yesterday, and let's make it land exactly on it. Let's see here. So I can land right on it. Let's put that on the right place. There we go. And the highest point reached in the day is 2189. I want you guys to keep that in mind. That number is super important for the days to come. And that is the highest peak of the bullish run here before the bears appeared, leveled this off, and tore this one down to newer lows. Our resistance currently is 260. So I want everybody to be aware of that. Keep that in mind and be aware of the fact that 260 is our support here. And the resistance that is actually, if it gets broken through, it'll become a resistance, and this will need to be then used as a support to work its way up. But right now, it's hanging out there. It's our support level. It's the lowest point that it's reached literally towards the end of the market, and either the bulls reappear and bring this back up, or the bears are going to tear right through it. So I want to emphasize that if this does break through 260, the next lowest point, or whatever this closes at post-market, is our support level. And if it breaks through that, I'd pay very close attention to the reaction of this stock and how quickly is it hitting newer lows, because of the fact that this is just falling down. The bears are dominating this. They're literally confirming control, because one thing is breaking through the 50-day moving average, and another thing is pulling this as far as possible within the last couple of hours of the market away from the 50-day moving average of 2139. So keep that number in mind. 2139 is our 50-day moving average, and the further away this gets from that number in a downward direction, the more control the bears are getting, and the further away it's going to hit newer lows and newer support levels. So super important. If 260 gets broken through, this could start to see newer lows. Whatever the last number is post-market, that's our new support level, and keep an eye on that tomorrow morning and throughout the day, because this could start to see newer lows and newer support levels if it continues to break through it. And the behavior of the stock could be something like this in a very fast movement. Like this happened within 2 or 3 hours of the market, and we're seeing how quickly it has fallen, to the point that it fell from the highs here literally before the fall of 2166, and we're all the way down here at 2060. It's almost $1.06 difference, and this could start to see newer lows. So I want to emphasize how important it is to pay close attention to the lowest point this reaches post-market, and if it doesn't go any lower, 2060 is the support level to keep in mind, and watch the behavior of this stock if it crosses it, and if the bulls are trying to reappear, or are the bears tearing this one down to newer lows. And keep in mind our 50-day moving average, which is 2139, lets us know on what side of the chart we're in, and right now the bears are dominating. On the other hand, we have what the bulls want, and the bulls have struggled breaking through this resistance. They slightly did. They fell again, tried to break through it in the last couple hours of the day, and they got rejected from this point forward to newer lows and below the 50-day moving average in bearish territory. And that number is 2166. 2166 needs to be broken through by the bulls, turn into a support, so they can start to work their way up to newer highs and newer resistance levels. Now, if that gets broken through, the bulls have accomplished two things. They broke through the 50-day moving average, 2139, and they got back into bullish territory, and they broke through the first resistance level and the most important resistance level, because this is where they got rejected in a downward direction. And once they cross that, they're on their way further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction into bullish territory. So 2166 is very important and needs to be broken through by the bulls. Now, before getting there, they do have to break through the 50-day moving average of 2139, but the most important thing is not just getting into bullish territory, but pulling further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction to confirm, test, and prove that they're staying in bullish direction, and they're also staying in bullish territory to have a momentum and rally in an upward direction. And the first one that they need to break through is 2166. Turn that into a support and work their way up to newer highs. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. But don't forget to click on the bell. By clicking on the bell, you can turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button and let me know you watch this video. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. In that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising on scheduled dates. Those scheduled dates are Federal Reserve pump dates, and this does not guarantee money, does not guarantee profits. It is just a strategy I've been using, and I want to share it with every investor and viewer. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. What goes on is the S&P 500 index is rising up several points on these scheduled dates. I go into more detail about it in the video, but just to summarize it, if the S&P 500 index is rising up several points, there are individual ticker symbols in the S&P 500 rising up with it. They're rising up 30 cents to $3 per share, and maybe even more at other times and sometimes. But for the most part, 30 cents to $3 are moving up with these ticker symbols per share. I know that per share doesn't sound like a lot, but it does add up. Profits are profits, as I always state, and that is vital information to know because you're able to maximize profits. I want you guys to check it out. You have to do your research and due diligence. I'm just here to share it with you all. I want every single investor and viewer to know about it, and it's incredible to see it. The charts speak for themselves. The charts are showing it. So check it out. Don't miss out on it. And thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.